M3GAN was released in theaters last weekend, and when I went into the film, I had very modest expectations. I really did not expect it to break any new ground, which is why I went in with modest expectations. However, I am pleased to say that every single one of them were exceeded. Starting off with the positives of this film, I appreciate how the film does not use any jump scares or fake out scares. The director did a great job with building these scenes of tension and making the audience wait in anticipation with the last two acts of the film when things really started to pick up. I believe it shows the confidence of the craft of film and not throwing loud sounds and objects towards the camera. Next positive I have, and this is going to be an odd one, I appreciate the implied violence of this movie. When the rating of this film first came out, I remember a lot of people in the horror community being let down by this PG-13 rating. This basically sealed the fact that there's going to be very little gore or blood, if any. However, I firmly believe that this does not hurt the film in any way. One, because of its tone. For the most part of the film, it's not really that dark. And so throwing a bunch of gore and blood into the mix would cheapen the movie in a way, would throw off that tone and that balance. Second being the film's target audience. I feel that the concept of M3GAN fits very well with the demographic of teenagers and young adults, and that just may be the marketing of this movie. However, I feel that this film fits in very well with that specific demographic. So I think it was very smart to stick with that tone rather than throwing it all away just for the sake of having blood. Last positive I have is what this film has to say about technology. Producer James Wan said in an interview that one of the things that he was most excited about when working on this project was looking at our obsession with technology and really living in a world where many parents practically let technology raise their children on phones, tablets, and television. It's a very interesting concept and one to really think about and consider.
Message!
There's a point in the film where Katie, the main character, is separated from M3GAN and she starts acting outrageously, and really the only thing I can compare it to is someone who's addicted to something. I feel like the best films of any genre are those who have a point and a statement to make about its subject matter. Now moving on to the mixed aspects, and for that I only have one, and that is some of the humorous moments within the film. The reason why this is a mixed aspect is because the film got a whole lot of laughs from me in my theater. However, I don't know if some of them were intentional or not. There's some moments in the film where there's sentimental music swelling up in the background. A lot of times I got a laugh out of my theater. So I don't know how much of it was intentional or accidental, which is why it's in my mixed category. Now moving on to the negatives, and really I only have one, and that is the character of Katie. Now this is no slight against the actress who played her. She did a phenomenal job. It's just the character aspect of it. Or she begins to spend time with M3GAN throughout the film. She begins to act out, talk back, be disrespectful, and it really made it hard for me to connect or like her character that much. Now I'm sure that some of these decisions were intentional to show the effect that this technology was having on her and her behavior. However, it just made it hard to connect with her and really root for her throughout the story. But overall, I really enjoyed this film. As I mentioned, it exceeded all of my expectations, and it had a lot to say and a lot to offer. So I believe it's well worth the price of admission. As always, I thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this new movie, what you liked, what you didn't like, and let me know your thoughts on the sequel that M3GAN may have in the future. As always, I thank you for your time, and God bless.